Good evening, football fans. Big Al here on this Valentine's Day. It's Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. And welcome to the season finale of the week that was, as we'll be recapping Super Bowl 58 between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, which was played at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on Sunday night. We'll be running through all the plays of the game, and then we'll go through individual player and team stats of the big game. So stick around with me for this Super Bowl recap. All right, so the Kansas City Chiefs won the toss in Super Bowl 58 and deferred to the second half. That means the 49ers got the ball first. The opening kickoff was a touchback by the Chiefs, and the Niners would have the ball at the 25. First play of the game was a 6-yard run by Christian McCaffrey, followed by a Brock Purdy pass to Kyle Juszczyk for 18. That brought up a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line of the 49ers. And then Purdy hits McCaffrey for a gain of 11 into Kansas City territory. That made it 1st and 10 at the 40. Then McCaffrey would rush for 11 before being tackled by Mike Evans. So this drive looked promising, but at 12:24 in the first quarter, with the Niners driving in Chiefs territory at the 29, McCaffrey would rush for 2 yards. He was tackled by Leo Chanel. McCaffrey fumbles the ball, which would be recovered by the Chiefs' George Karlaftis. And so Kansas City takes over at 12:15 of the first with their opening possession. Pacheco rushes up the left for 3 yards, tackled for a loss of 3 yards, tackled by Nick Bosa. Completing his first pass of the game, this to Travis Kelce for a gain of a yard, tackled by Chase Young. And then Mahomes would complete another pass to Jarrett McKinnon for 8 yards, before he was tackled by Fred Warner. So the Chiefs go 3-0 on their first drive. Tommy Townsend was sent in to punt, which traveled 43 yards with no return by San Francisco. So the Niners take over at the 24-yard line with 10:16 left in the first. Brock Purdy would then pass to Brandon Ayuk down the middle for 18, tackled by Justin Reed. Deebo Samuel rushes up the right side for a loss of 2. He was tackled by Nick Bolton. And then the Niners committed back-to-back penalties. A 5-yard false start followed by a 10-yard holding penalty. That moved the ball from their 42-yard line all the way back to their 25. With 8:09 left in the first, it's 2nd and 27. Purdy hits McCaffrey for an 8-yard gain, tackled by Justin. And then Brock Purdy hits Deebo Samuel for 12. He will be tackled by Shamari Connor. Niners commit another false start, which pushes them back to the 40-yard line. The drive stalled anyway, so they were going to punt. Wisnowski punts for 54 yards. Ex-Niner Ricky James returns it for 5. So the Chiefs get the ball at the 11 with 6:28 left in the first in a scoreless game. Isaiah Pacheco rushes up the right side for 10, tackled by Logan Ryan. Then Mahomes gets sacked by Chase Young for a loss of 4. That made it 2nd and 14 at the 17. Mahomes for sheet rights for no gain, tackled by Fred Warner. And then Mahomes would then rush for 4 yards before being tackled by Randy Gregory. Though another stalled drive for the Chiefs, Townsend punts for 62 yards. Ray McCloud had no return on that punt. And after a timeout with 3:53 left in the first, the Niners had the ball back. The drive starts with the Chiefs committing a 5-yard offside penalty. That pushed the ball up to the 22, where Christian McCaffrey would rush up the left side for 3, tackled by Nick Bolton. And then McCaffrey runs again, this time for 4, before being tackled by Willie Gay. So it's 1st and 10 at the 29. Brock Purdy passes to Christian McCaffrey for a gain of a yard, tackled by George Karlaftis. Then an incomplete pass by Purdy on 2nd and 9, intended for Deebo Samuel. That made it 3rd and 9. That Purdy moves the sticks with Chris Conley on an 18-yard connection, tackled by Jalen Watson. First down 49ers near midfield at the 48-yard line. Purdy would then hit Ray McCloud for 19 yards. He was tackled by L'Jarius Sneed. Then another incomplete pass from Purdy over the middle for Brandon Ayuk. 26 seconds left in the first. McCaffrey rushes up the middle for a loss of 4. Tackled by Felix and Nute Uzoma. That ended the first quarter with no score. It's the first Super Bowl to go scoreless in the first quarter since the Patriots-Rams Super Bowl 5 years ago. Niners still with the ball at the start of the second quarter. Purdy throws an incomplete pass for Deebo Samuel on 3rd and 14. And Jake Moody comes out and boots a 55-yard field goal, which at the time set a new Super Bowl record for longest field goal made. First lead of the game, 3-0. Timeout called with 14:48 left in the first half. Niners kick off to the Chiefs at the touchback. KC gets the ball at the 25. Mahomes starts with a 7-yard pass to Isaiah Pacheco, tackled by Tashawn Gibson. Then Pacheco runs up the right for a gain of 2, tackled by Kevin Gibbons. And then a 3-yard gain by Rashid Rice. He was tackled by Logan Ryan, who forced a fumble by Rice. Justin Watson recovers for Kansas City and returns it a couple yards up to the 38. So it's first down Chiefs. Mahomes hits McCole Hardman, 2-yard gain, biggest play of the game. He was tackled by Eric Brown at the San Francisco 9, where it's first and goal. Pacheco would then rush to the left for no gain, tackled by Lenore. Pacheco fumbles again, and this one proved costly because Javon Hargrave would pick it up for the 49ers. They take over with 11:59 left in the half. First down at the 8, Brock Purdy rushes up the left for 9, tackled by Nick Bolton. Chiefs then committed a 15-yard penalty for a horse collar tackle that pushed the ball all the way up 31-yard line. First down, Niners. Deebo Samuel rushes up the middle for a gain of 1, tackled by Mike Pennell. Then it's a Christian McCaffrey run for no gain. He was stopped by Chris Jones. 3rd and 9, Brock Purdy was sacked by Justin Reed and George Karlaftis for a loss of 4. That stalls the drive. 4th and 13, Wisnowski punts for 51 yards. Richie James fumbles the punt and recovers for no gain. And that gave the Chiefs the ball back with 9:16 left in the half. First down at the Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes throws an incomplete pass to the left. Chiefs would then commit an intentional grounding penalty against Patrick Mahomes. That's a loss of 10 yards and a loss of down. But then rushed up the middle for a gain of 4, tackled by Fred Warner on 2nd and 20. Now it's 3rd and 16. Mahomes rushes for a gain of 3. He's tackled by Eric Armstead. Tommy Townsend comes out the punt for a 3rd time. This one goes for 50 yards and no return. Niners left. Brock Purdy incomplete pass down the middle for Deebo Samuel. And then Brock Purdy hits Deebo Samuel down the middle for 12, tackled by Nick Bolton. That made it 1st and 10, 49ers. Purdy then hits Christian McCaffrey for a 6-yard gain, tackled by Justin Reed. And then McCaffrey runs for another 5, tackled by Willie Gay. That made it 1st down, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell runs up the right side for 7 yards, tackled by Mike Edwards. Then Mitchell rushes to the right for a gain of 1. He was tackled by Chris Jones. But the Chiefs were called for unnecessary roughness. That was a 15-yard penalty. And it's 1st down for San Francisco. Brock Purdy throws an incomplete pass down the middle for Deebo Samuel. And then on a razzle-dazzle play, Jawan Jennings hits Christian McCaffrey on a 21-yard touchdown. Jake Moody's point after made it 10-0 Niners with 4:23 remaining in the half. Chiefs get the ball back after the Niners kickoff results in a touchback. Kansas City gets the ball at the 25-yard line. The drive starts with Isaiah Pacheco rushing for 8 yards, tackled by Jair Brown. Then Pacheco rushes up the middle for 6, tackled by Fred Warner. First down, Chiefs. Mahomes passes to Pacheco for 6 yards, tackled by Fred Warner, I should say. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets a rush for no gain. He's tackled by Nick Bosa. That brought the game to the 2-minute warning. Outside the 2-minute warning, Kansas City commits a false start, 5-yard penalty. That pushes them back to the 40-yard line. Then Mahomes hits Justin Watson down the middle for 21, tackled by Jair Brown. First down, Kansas City. They're at the 39-yard line with 1:50 left in the half. Mahomes throws an incomplete pass to the right intended for Justin Watson. Then Mahomes hits Isaiah Pacheco for a gain of 8, tackled by Oren Burks. 1:40 left, 3rd and 2. Mahomes 6, tackled by Logan Ryan. That moves to 6. First down at the San Francisco 25. Mahomes passes to Rashee Rice down the middle for 11, tackled by Fred Warner. Chiefs call a timeout with 1:09 left. Mahomes then hits Rashee Rice for another 3 yards, tackled by Nick Bosa. And then Rice rushes up the left for 2, tackled by Javon Kinlaw. Timeout, Chiefs again, with 31 seconds left. And then Mahomes would be sacked by Eric Armstead for a loss of 1. Niners call a timeout with 23 seconds left. Harrison Butker comes on and hits a 28-yard field, which made it 10-3 49ers. Niners would get the ball back before halftime. Chiefs kick off for a touchback. Final play of the first half was a Christian McCaffrey rush to the left for 6 yards, tackled by Jalen Watson. And then Brock Purdy took a knee, and the game went to half with the Niners up 10-3. So the Chiefs get the ball to start the third quarter. Niners kick off for a touchback. Kansas City ball at the 25. Mahomes fumbles. Isaiah Pacheco recovers, but loses 2 yards on the return. Then Mahomes hits Noah Gray down the middle for 10, tackled by Logan Ryan. And then Mahomes would be intercepted by Jair Brown for no gain. And the Niners take over with 13:30 left in the third. Brock Purdy throws an incomplete pass to the right. Niners commit a false start for 5 yards. Purdy another incomplete pass to the left for Deebo Samuel. That made it 3rd and 15, and Brock Purdy rushes up the left for 4, tackled by Willie Gay. Niners drive ends. Wisnowski punts for 43 and no return by the Chiefs. Kansas City gets the ball deep in their territory at the 2-yard line with 12:31 left in the third. Patrick Mahomes throws an incomplete pass to the left for Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and then he hits Travis Kelce on 2nd and 10 for a gain of 9. He was tackled by Oren Brooks. Chiefs call a timeout with 11:46 left. Pacheco rushes up the middle for no gain, tackled by Javon Kinlaw. So another three and out for the Kansas City offense as they're forced to punt. Tommy Townsend sends it 53 yards with no return. Niners get the ball after a timeout with 10:45 left in the third and leading 10-3. Purdy hits Jawan Jennings to the right for a loss of 8, tackled by Leo Janelle. That brought up 2nd and 18. Purdy gets some of those yards back, 7 to be exact, to Christian McCaffrey for he's tackled by Nick Bolton, and then an incomplete pass to the left side for George Kittle falls incomplete on 3rd and 11. Timeout is caught at 9:10 in the third, and the 49ers would punt, which Mitch Wisnowski's punt went 51 yards, covered by Richie James for no gain. So Kansas City has the ball once again at the 14-yard line with 9:02 remaining. And this would be a pretty long drive for them. It starts with an 11-yard pass, Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce, tackled by Charvarius Ward. And then another pass for 3 to Isaiah Pacheco. He's tackled by Denominator Horn. 2nd and 7, Isaiah Pacheco rushes to tackled by Deshaun Gibson. Then Mahomes would run the ball for 4 yards before he's tackled by Lenore. That gave the Chiefs a first. Chiefs kick off to the Niners for a touchback. San Fran gets it at the 25. McCaffrey rushes up the middle for no gain, tackled by Mike Pennell. Then a couple of incomplete passes back, and Purdy He throws for Ayuk. That fell incomplete. And then he over the middle on 3rd and 10 for Deebo Samuel, which also fell incomplete. So that's a 3-and-out for the Niners. Mitch Wisnowski punts for 55. Richie James returns it for 7. So it's Chiefs ball at the 27-yard line with 3:59 left in the third. Pacheco would then race up the middle for 3. He's tackled by Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. And then a pass by Mahomes to Travis Kelce for 5, tackled by Oren Burks. And then an incomplete pass by Mahomes for Richie James. Townsend would punt for Kansas City. This one goes 46 yards with no return. Jalen Watson recovers to fumble for no gain. Fumbled for the 49ers, so the drive. And that blunder on special teams would come back to hurt the 49ers, because on the very next play, Patrick Mahomes hits Marquez Valdez-Scantling on a 16-yard touchdown pass. PAT by Butker makes it 13-10 Kansas City for the first time with 2:28 left in the third. Chiefs kickoff, touchback, Niners ball at the 25. Purdy throws an incomplete pass intended for Brandon Ayuk. Timeout called with 2:23 left. McCaffrey rushes up the middle for 5 yards, tackled by Trent McDuffie. Niners call a timeout with 1:43 left. Brock Purdy hits Juwan Jennings for a 17-yard gain, tackled by Mike Edwards. And then another pass by Purdy, this time to Deebo Samuel for 9, tackled again by Mike Edwards. Final play of the quarter, Kyle Juszczyk rushes up the middle for a gain of 2. He's tackled by Justin Reed. That ends the third quarter with the Chiefs up 13-10. Brock Purdy began the fourth quarter with a 20-yard pass to Brandon Ayuk. He's tackled by Mike Edwards. Then an incomplete pass by Purdy to Deebo Samuel. That made it 2nd and 10. Christian McCaffrey rushes up the left for 8, tackled by Mike Edwards. And then McCaffrey rushes up the right for a loss of 1 by Mike Pennell. Purdy hits George Kittle for a 4 yards up the left for a yard, get tackled by Neil Farrell. And then the Niners would score. With 11:27 left in the third quarter, Brock Purdy hits Juwan Jennings for a touchdown pass. Jake Moody's PAT was blocked. Connor returns the point after a few. So the score is now 16-13 San Francisco with 11:22 left. Niners kick off for a touchback ball at the 25-yard line. Mahomes passes to Travis Kelce for 16, tackled by Deshaun Gibson. Isaiah Pacheco rushes up the middle for no gain, tackled by Eric Armstead. Then Patrick Mahomes throws an incomplete pass to the right intended for Rashee Rice. Mahomes then hits Travis Kelce for 13 before being tackled by Fred Warner. First down, Kansas City. Mahomes rushes up the middle for a loss of 5. He would fumble the ball and recover, so the drive continues. He would then throw an incomplete pass down the middle on 10. And then a big play by the Chiefs as Mahomes hits Justin Watson for 25 yards, tackled by Jair Brown. It's 1st down and 10, deep in 49er territory. The ball at this point is at the San Francisco 21. Pacheco rushes to the left for a gain of 9, tackled by Jair Brown. With 8 minutes left, it's 2nd and 1 at the 12. Pacheco rushes up the middle for a gain of 8, tackled by Demetrius Flanagan. And Pacheco runs again for a 1-yard gain. He's tackled that time by Javon Hargrave. Then at the 3-yard line on 2nd and 3, an incomplete pass for Rashee Rice, followed by a Patrick Mahomes sacked by Javon Hargrave for a loss of 3. That brings Butker out again. His 24-yard field goal ties the game at 16 with 5:46 left in the game. Chiefs kick off for a touchback. Niners ball at the 25. Purdy hits Juwan Jennings on a big play. 23, tackled by Trent McDuffie. Deebo Samuel rushes to the right for 9, tackled by Way. And then it's McCaffrey rushing up the middle for a gain of 3. First down, 49ers in Chiefs territory. McCaffrey rushed up the left, I should say, for a gain of 5. He's tackled that time by Mike Dana. Then Purdy hits George Kittle for no gain, tackled by Trent McDuffie. We're at the 2-minute warning. After the break, Brock Purdy throws an incomplete pass for Juwan Jennings on 3rd and 5. That brings out the rookie kicker from Michigan, Jake Moody, who would hit a 53-yard field goal and put the Niners in the lead again at 19, and you figured the game was over, right? This is why you bet against Patrick Mahomes. 1:53 left in the fourth. Niners kick off for a touchback. The Chiefs get it at the 25, so they would have to go 75 yards. But I think one timeout to try to win this game in regulation. The drive starts with a Mahomes pass to Travis Kelce for 9 yards, tackled by Fred Warner. That brought up 2nd and 1 at the 34. Mahomes rushes up the right for 3, tackled by Fred Warner. That moves the sticks for the Chiefs. It's a first down. Mahomes then hits Noah Gray for another first down, a gain of 12. He's tackled by Fred Warner. Then at 14 left in regulation, 1st and 10 at the 49. Mahomes would then hit Justin Watson for an 8-yard gain into Niners territory. He's tackled by Lenore. That made it 2nd and 2 at the 43 of San Francisco. It is there that Patrick Mahomes throws an incomplete pass intended for Justin Watson. 48 seconds left, 3rd and 2 at the 43. Mahomes passes to Jerick McKinnon for a gain of 7, tackled by Jair Brown. Timeout Kansas City with 40 seconds left. First down at the Niners 36. Mahomes rushes up the middle for 3, tackled by Eric Armstead. Then an incomplete pass on 2nd and 7. 3rd and 7, Mahomes hits Travis Kelce for a 22-yard gain to the San Francisco 11, tackled by Jair Brown. Kyle Shanahan calls a timeout with 10 seconds left. And then an incomplete pass intended for Travis Kelce on 1st and 10 brings Harrison Butker out once again. He would hit a 29-yard field goal to tie the game at 19 with 3 seconds left. Chiefs kick off for a touchback. One final play in regulation for the 49ers is a 1-yard loss on a rush by Brock Purdy. So we are tied at 19, headed to overtime for the second time in Super Bowl history. The Niners won the toss in over the ball. So they start at the 25-yard line. Brock Purdy throws an incomplete pass down the middle for Deebo Samuel and then commit a 5-yard penalty for a false start. That pushed them back to the 20. Purdy hits Christian McCaffrey for a meager 2-yard gain, tackled by Chris Jones. Chiefs would then be called for a holding penalty, and the Niners get those 5 yards back. It's an automatic first down. That pushes the ball to the 27. Christian McCaffrey then rushes up the left for 3, tackled by Justin Reed. And then another rush by McCaffrey for 5 yards, tackled by Drew Tranquil. That made it 3rd and 2 as Brock Purdy sticks as he hits Brandon Ayuk on a gain of 11, tackled by Mike Edwards. First down Niners. McCaffrey rushes up the left side for 4, tackled by Leo Chanel. And then another pass completion by Brock Purdy to Christian McCaffrey for 24 yards down to the Kansas City 26. Jarvis Sneed. 1st and 10, Niners, 10:32 left in overtime. Christian McCaffrey rushes to the left for a gain of 8, tackled by Niners commit a holding penalty. That's a 10-yard infraction. Pushes them back to the 28. Purdy hits Kyle Juszczyk on the right side for 13 yards. 8:51 left. Christian McCaffrey rushes to the right for 6, tackled by Leo Chanel. 8:11 left. Christian McCaffrey rushes to the right for no gain, tackled by Tershawn Wharton. 3rd and 4. Brock Purdy incomplete pass to the right. That brings Shake Moody out. Touchback. The Chiefs get it at the 25. Pacheco rushes up the middle for 3 yards, tackled by Javon Hargrave. Then Mahomes hits Rashid Rice. 3rd and 1. Isaiah Pacheco rushes up the middle for no gain. 4 on 4th and 1, and the gamble pays off. Mahomes rushes to the right for a gain of 8, tackled by Fred Warner. Down Chiefs. And then Mahomes hits Marquez Valdez-Scantling for a loss of 3, tackled by Shavarius Ward. 13, 4:46 left. Mahomes hits MVS for a gain of 7, tackled by Logan Ryan. 4:10 left. Patrick Mahomes hits Rice for a gain of 13, tackled by Shavarius Ward. And then Mahomes made another completion to Isaiah Pacheco for 4 yards to the 49er 37. He would be tackled by Oren Burks. San Fran calls another timeout. So with 2:48 left in the overtime, Patrick Mahomes hits Pacheco again for a gain of 5, tackled by Fred Warner. And then it's Mahomes with a 19-yard run up the middle, tackled by Deshaun Gibson. Isaiah Pacheco rushes up the middle for a gain of 3, tackled by Givens. That puts the ball at the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 7, and Mahomes hits Travis Kelce for 7 yards, tackled by Jair Brown at the 49er 3. And then Patrick Mahomes throws the game-winning 3-yard touchdown pass to Mecole Hardman with 6 seconds left in overtime. And the Kansas City Chiefs become the first repeat Super Bowl champion since Tom Brady's Patriots back in 2003 and 2004. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, the dynasty is underway. 2nd straight Super Bowl title, their 3rd in 5 years, and their 4th in franchise history as they beat the San Francisco 49ers in overtime by a final score of 25-22. We'll start with individual numbers for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes was 34 of 46 for 333 yards with 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a QB rating of 99.3. He also was in rushing, 9 attempts for 66, that's 7.3 per run. Isaiah Pacheco, 18 for 59, and an average of 3.3. Moving to the receiving corps, Travis Kelce led the way with 9 receptions for 93 yards on 10 targets and 10.3 yards per catch. Mecole Hardman, the hero of the Super Bowl, 3 catches, 57 yards on 3 targets, including the game-winning TD in overtime. He averaged 19 yards a catch. Justin Watson, 3 for 54 yards on 5 targets at 18 per catch. Rashid Rice, 6 for 39 on 8 targets, 6.5 per catch. Isaiah Pacheco, 6 for 33 on 6 targets, 5.5 yards per grab. Noah Gray, 2 for 22 on 2 targets, and 11 yards per catch. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 3 catches, 20 yards, and a touchdown on 5 targets at 6.7 per catch. Jarrett McKinnon, 2 for 15 on per catch and field goals. His longest, of course, a Super Bowl record at 57 yards, and 1 for 1 on extra points. Tommy Townsend, 5 punts, averaging 50.8 yards per. His long was 62, with 2 punts inside the 20-yard line. Nick Bolton had 5 tackles to lead the Chiefs' defense. Justice and a Willie Gay, 3 tackles. Pennell, 2 tackles. George Karlaftis, 2 tackles and half a sack. Chris Jones, 2 tackles. LaJairus Sneed, 2 tackles and a pass defense. And Trent McDuffie with 2 tackles and 3 passes defense for the Chiefs. Brock Purdy for the 49ers was 23 of 38 for 255 with one touchdown and no interceptions and an 89.3 QB rating. Juwan Jennings, one pass attempt, one completion for 21 yards and a touchdown. Perfect QB rating of 158.3. Christian McCaffrey, 22 rushes, 80 yards, and 3.6 per run, paced the Niners' ground attack. Brock Purdy, 3 for 12 on 4 yards per run. Elijah Mitchell, 2 for 8, also on 4 yards per run. Samuel, 3 for 8 yards at 2.7. Kyle Juszczyk ran just once for 2 yards. Leading receivers for the 49ers include Christian McCaffrey, 8 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown on 8 targets, 10 yards per catch. Brandon Ayuk, 3 for 49 on 6 targets, 16.3 per catch. Juwan Jennings, 4 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown on 5 targets, 10.5 per catch. So not only did he throw a touchdown pass in this game, he also caught a touchdown pass in this game. Deebo Samuel, 3 for 33 yards on 11 targets at 11 yards per catch. Kyle Juszczyk, 2 for 31 on 2 targets, 15.5 per catch. Ray McLeod, 1 for 19 on his only target. And Conley, 1 for 18 on his only target. And George Kittle, 2 for 2 catches, 4 yards on 3 targets, 2 yards per catch. Jake Moody was 3 for 3 on field goals. His longest was 55, 1 for 2 on extra. Mitch Wisnowski, 5 punts, averaging 50.8 yards per. His long was 55, and punts ended inside the 20-yard line. It's a pretty good day for Mitch Wisnowski. Fred Warner led the Niner defense with 9 tackles. Jair Brown, 7 tackles, a pass defense, and an interception. Lenore, 4 tackles and a forced fumble. Bosa and Gibson with 4 tackles apiece. Logan Ryan, 3 tackles and a forced fumble. Eric Armstead and Javon Hargrave, each with 3 tackles and a sack. Oren Burks, 3 tackles. Charlie Ward, 3 tackles. Ken Law, 2 tackles. With Givens and Conley, they had 2 tackles apiece. Flanagan, 1 tackle and a pass defense. And Chase Young with 1 tackle and 1 sack for the 49ers. Total yards was 455 for the Chiefs, 382 for the 49ers. Passing and rushing both favored the Chiefs. Passing yards 325 to 272. Rushing yards to 110. Time of possession favored San Francisco at 38 minutes, 31 seconds versus 36 minutes, 26 seconds for Kansas City. First downs were nearly even, 24 for the Chiefs and 23 for the Niners. Third down conversions, 3 of 12 for San Francisco, 9 of 19 for Kansas City. Both teams were 1 for 1 on fourth down. 6 penalties, 40 yards for the 49ers, 1 sack taken for 4 loss or 4 yards, 2 lost fumbles, no interceptions. 6 penalties, 55 yards for the Chiefs, 3 sacks taken for 8 yards, 1 lost fumble, 1 interception, and both teams with 5 punts, averaging 50.8 yards. Closing line was San Francisco -2, and the over-under is 46.5. So Kansas City wins this game going away straight up and against the point spread. And the 46.5 point total. And And Patrick Mahomes ended up winning the Super Bowl 58 MVP. So for Patrick Mahomes, that's 3 Super Bowl titles and 3 Super Bowl MVPs. Congratulations to him, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs on back-to-back titles, 3 in 5 years, and their 4th in team history. That's going to do it for this season of The Week That Was. We will be back next season recapping every single game in the NFL from the regular season all the way to the Super Bowl. So I hope you join me for that. And thanks for joining me all season long for these recaps and my picks videos and everything. I appreciate you guys. Okay, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and get notified every time I go live. Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching, and until next football season, enjoy the pigskin. Peace out.